So I'm really pleased to be here today to provide an update on DCMS's portfolio of major projects. So historically, DCMS has really been thought of as more of a policy department. Obviously, all of that significantly changed with the 2012 London Olympics, for which DCMS was the lead department and was obviously the sort of major project to finish all major projects. Biggest peacetime event that the UK has ever held. We've now got a really diverse and interesting portfolio of around 8 programs on GMPP or former GMPP. They span, as DCMS's responsibilities do, really quite broad range of issues from museums, sport, national lottery, telecoms, broadband, and they're worth at the present around £5 billion, but we believe that our portfolio is due to expand by a further up to 13 billion in the next period of time as new programs are rolled out as part of the portfolio. Now, DCMS's delivery model is quite interesting. It relies really heavily on arm's length bodies, of which we have 45, which we think is the largest number of any individual department, rather than us driving that delivery very sort of personally in the department. So it is very much managed through really good relationships with our external arm's length bodies who are actually leading the delivery of much of our project portfolio. So when you're working in that very distributed delivery model, it's obviously incredibly important that you have very strong relationships, that you work in a consensual and collaborative way with your partners, and that is very much the principle we try to adopt with all of the bodies that we work with. We rely more, historically as a department, on influence than command and control styles of partnership with the bodies that we work with. They're obviously with differing levels of intervention depending on the capability, the capacity and the performance of the organisation that we're working with. We've had, as I'm sure any department involved in project delivery, some really big challenges during COVID-19. In many cases, what COVID has led to is people having to change their timescales and push back the date at which they're planning on delivering their projects. One of the funny things about major event delivery is that you can't do that. So the Birmingham Commonwealth Games is in 2022 and it has to be in 2022. And so having that lack of flexibility about your end date is one of the biggest issues when you're looking at major event delivery. Now, enabling all of this to work during a time of pressure created and delays created by COVID-19 is all of the usual things you would expect from a well-planned project. So a clear and well-defined delivery plan, timely reporting of any impact on delivery, those alternative plans ready to be activated, and clarity about at what point that decision needs to be made, and really good levels of communication across each different part of the partnership, and a governance system that can take those decisions very rapidly if they need to. So we've had all of that, but actually there are some real challenges with the way that major events are set up, and the Commonwealth Games included. It's a partnership between a large number of bodies: central government, local government, the organising committee, the Commonwealth Games Federation, and all of those different partners need to be happy to agree to any changes in approach, which creates quite a complex operating environment and one in which rapid decision making could be challenging. And that puts a real premium on having a governance approach that everybody is bought into and that everybody feels allows them to make their voices heard. And this is a good example of where, even though DCMS is not directly delivering any aspect of the Games, actually we are responsible for ensuring that all of that system and that complex network of bodies can work together to make decisions, be informed and move forward quickly in challenging circumstances such as those we find ourselves in at the moment. Another significant area of our portfolio is broadband. And we at one point found we had very many multiple separate projects that were related to the delivery of broadband, which we brought together in a single portfolio. And that's been an incredibly helpful development and has enabled us to make use of the commonality between those projects. And this is going to be especially important as our broadband programs expand very significantly over the coming years in delivering the government's commitment to gigabit capable broadband. For us, because of our distributed nature, the investment in relationships is one of the most significant things that we do. We are, in terms of professionalism, really still expanding our portfolio management approach. We've not had the capability and capacity at the centre of the department always to manage this as effectively as a portfolio as we would like to do. And we're investing in changing that at the moment so that we can really learn from good practice across the range of projects in our portfolio, both now, in the past, and in the future.